Hi guys, welcome back to another TwoFatBrokers podcast. He's Ben from Abu Dhabi.
Hello.
And I'm Barney from Dubai. Today we're going to be talking about one of real estate's favorite idioms. It is location.
What is an idiom?
An idiom is location, location, location.
Is it? Oh, okay.
It's like a synonym, but not.
Okay.
Location, location, location. We've all heard it. We all kind of take it as read that we know what it means. But I think this gives us an opportunity to unpack it. Ben, what does location, location mean to you?
Well, I think, say to the layman, it just means the value of something is not necessarily the value of a house is dictated more by where the house is than what the house is, right? Or an apartment, where that apartment is rather than actually what it is. And we see that a lot in the UAE because people love to quote price per square foot because we build these, compounds and towers and all the units are the same size. So it's very easy for us to compare, one with another, particularly in a specific compound. So we use this price per square foot a lot that we probably wouldn't use in the UK all that much. So, in one place the price per square foot is going to be...
price per square metre in the UK?
I mean, yeah, using the metric. But in two areas next to each other, you've got to say, okay, the villas there are 110 dirhams per square foot, and the ones here are 150 per square foot, even though they're in sort of similar location, but they're both valued really based on that specific location. But
there are a lot of defining things that can create the location. You use the most perfect example that you could possibly use, which completely stumped me earlier on when we were talking about this. There's an area in Dubai called Emirates Hills, which is typically considered to be the most prestigious place to live. And literally right next door to it, in fact, you can walk over bridges. There's a place called the Meadows, which is attached to the Springs. They are, in some cases, no more than 50 meters apart. But the price points are, on a price per square foot basis, vastly different. So what is it about an area like Emirates Hills where the houses, yes, they're bigger, the land is bigger, but the price per square foot is that much bigger too, compared to the Springs or the Meadows where, the price per square foot is substantially less.
So you're saying in terms
they are
of location,
equal in distance from the marina.
Geographically, they shouldn't, they're the same,
should not be any different.
But actually, there's something else about those locations which adds value to the one and doesn't to the other.
And I find in that specific circumstance, it's your neighbours. It is the type of people that you live with. They are
Don't they move
market
in
makers
because it's expensive? I mean, if you want to
take it's become a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? People have money, they are successful, they want to live in Emirates Hills. So now it's become a self-fulfilling prophecy.
And Emirates Hills has a golf course, right?
It does, but not all houses are on the golf course.
But I mean, that's when we talk about location, you're talking about something that can add to location like facilities, right?
Yeah.
School. Water, like rivers, lakes, whatever it is, malls, nice landscaping.
Yeah, parks.
So it's not just geographical location. We're talking about the amenities and the facilities inside that specific compound.
And that is another contributing factor to the location, but a geographical location, exactly the same. But one has more successful people that live there, arguably, and the other doesn't. And therefore, to be able to afford something to live among those people, you are going to have to dig deeper. And yes, obviously the houses are larger, the plots are larger. Some are on the golf course, some are on the lake, some are back to back like a normal community.
Yeah, but then isn't that kind of self-fulfilling? So you've got a much bigger house, therefore you need a lot more money to move in there. Therefore you're a better, say, quality of person. You're a richer person.
Very right wing, Benji.
And then everyone wants to live where all these rich people
exactly.
live. It's all like,
exactly.
the Bentleys and Rollses in the driveway.
You've got to be able to reach a certain
bigger
price point. Yeah, but it's not just because it's bigger. It's because more successful people live there, and successful people want to be around successful people. So therefore, the price then goes up merely by the people that live there, the type of neighbour that you have. My good friend Chris has always been a big exponent of buying the cheapest house in the best road, in the best location. You know, he has stuck by that his whole life and has made good money from it.
Because there are some smaller units in Emerald, right? And there's some townhouses or something.
There's the Montgomery Maisonettes, which is still
how do they do?
8-9 million dirhams for a 3,000 square foot house.
Well,
Some on the golf course, some not. So
yeah.
that price point might not be the same when you watch this, by the way, but right now that's about how much they are.
Yeah, so what most people would expect from a location is, let's say, proximity to the center of the city, you know, proximity.
Public transport, airports, schools, malls, potentially the beach, you know, if you're close enough for that to matter. It's really about the quality of life that you can afford by living where you are.
So then if you're thinking about an investment, if you're a pure investor, would you buy a bigger unit in a worse location or a smaller unit in a better location?
Not always buy the cheapest house in the best area.
So you'd rather buy a studio
It depends what
tower.
your strategy is for your investment, right? Is it capital growth or is it return on investment? You know, do you want to make money by leasing it out, or do you want to make money over a longer period by increasing in value? You know, it's not a one-stop shop, fix them all. One size fits all.
Because generally speaking, places in better areas have much lower return on investment, right? If you're renting them.
They do.
But then conversely, I suppose,
Their capital growth is bigger.
can be, yeah. And I guess the quality of tenants that you get is better as well.
Yeah, so that's another thing that you make a very good point. You know, the quality of tenant that you're going to get will be better. They will treat your house better. There will typically be less lead time from one tenant moving to another one moving in. You'll have less problems with them, and therefore that can increase your income.
Yeah, interesting. Do wealthier people pay their bills more? I suppose they do.
They don't even pay their own bills. They have someone else who pays the bills for them. So anyway, that's us. That's our sort of mindset on location. If you've got any comments and anything you think we've missed, let us know. I've been Barney from Dubai, and he's been
Ben from Abu Dhabi.
Thanks for joining the Two Fat Brokers.
Thank you.